Our next speaker is Troy Bean, an April graduate from the Therapeutic Massage Program. As a graduate, Troy has already made plans to work alongside faculty member Tina Wilson at Special Needs Massage. Come on up, Troy.
If I knew how to follow Heather today in that speech, I wouldn't have volunteered for this. But got to clear a couple things before I continue into my speech. I want to just thank a few people for supporting me through my tenure here at OSMHC, but Stephanie said I had to keep my speech under 10 minutes, so if you're in here, thank you. And sorry to disappoint a lot of you tonight, we are not the opening act for Garth Brooks. Sorry, he's playing downtown tonight. Family, friends, faculty, and classmates, September 6th, 2013, became a date that changed our lives. You see, this is the day that OSMHC became our second home, and we became a second family very quickly as we saw each other more than our own family. We came together for the one common goal, and that was to become the best massage therapists we could be. We have learned and been tested at Herzing University here in Omaha in massage therapy in a 1,000-hour accredited program. Anatomy and physiology gave us introduction to the body. Theory and practice taught us what techniques we'd be using. Kinesiology showed us what we'd be palpating. Pathology introduced us to numerous diseases and infections we may encounter. Now, to this day, the one time I blinked in class, I missed the entire chapter on muscle diseases. Now, hydrotherapy and our electives guided us and gave us more modalities we can utilize in our practice. Business taught us, if nothing else, to have renter's insurance. And Eastern Wellness, well, we all must be on a good probiotic. But the main task in all of our tenure here at OSMHC, soap notes. Ah yes, that daunting task of a massage student's clinical responsibility that was not favored upon very well. I chose that same format for my structure of my speech today. For those of you not familiar with this, don't worry, I'll explain it as I go along. You see, soap notes are the way for the massage student to record what occurred during our sessions with our clients while we were on the clinic floor and were a requirement to us prior to the end of the day. Now, time permitting, we would complete a soap note in between laundry and clients. Most of the time, these were done at the end of our shift, and trying to remember what we did with our first client became a memory game. So, class of 2014-2015, I have put our time together at OSMHC into a soap note. Let's start with S, subjective. This is the information that was said during the initial greeting with the client and what they would like done during the session. In our case, this is what was said or overheard during class. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit is due because some of these you cannot make up. I'm going to start with Angie in admissions. During my initial interview at OSMHC, she said, "We don't care about your past, only your future here. It's up to you on the legacy you want to leave." Now, how motivating and inspirational is that for a new student to hear when you're beginning a new adventure? Now, any instructor has been noted when discussing with them about upcoming tests or class in the program, "You'll do fine. I have this test coming up. I have this class next term." "Oh, you'll do fine." I'm not sure what class Steve has them partake in prior to teaching at the school, but this is now a requirement and standard for any of the faculty members. While the students had to live to the price philosophy, the faculty lived to the fine philosophy. as this was a common response from any instructor to the students. And I'm sure Steve's going to keep up these high standards long after us, so thank you, Steve. Just recently in advanced spas, we were learning how to exfoliate the skin and dry brushing. This was hard. How much pressure do we use? And this gem of response goes to our wonderful instructor, Vicki. If you start to see droplets of blood, you better back off on the pressure. My fellow classmates, it's our turn. One Saturday while in the break room, I was signing up for my clinic hours. I casually placed my hand on the shoulder of my fellow classmate, Miss Ashley Kriegel, just to acknowledge I was behind her and not to back up. And I get, Bean, if you got a hand on me, you better be massaging me. And who could forget the 3 words that still echo in the classrooms and the halls today? Proud of you. Thank you, Mitch. Midterm pathology. I went up to Carol and said, Carol, I'm not going to lie, this test tonight has me a little edgy. And her response, well, it should. This is pathology. This goes beyond the classroom. One night while studying A&P with my wife, her question to me was, what is the body in the face-down position? And without missing a beat, the response from the other room from my son was, victim. Needless to say, my answers like that, I did not ask him to help me review anymore. Let's move on to O, objective. What we observed or found during our massage session, in our case, what we saw in class. Now, as a non-traditional student, it was very interesting to find out I had graduated from high school well before some of my classmates were even born. There was no intimidation there at all. We saw each other at our best, and we saw each other at our worst. And I know I will never forget my classmates' reaction to the dissection videos in anatomy and physiology, or even the pictures during lecture in pathology. The audible gasps and moans to me were absolutely priceless. It was never uncommon to see someone in the break room or even during break in class doing a quick 10-minute palpation session to help someone relieve tension in each other. It's what we do. A, assessment. Now, this is what we did during our massage session, and in our case, what we did during our tenure. We found very unique ways of studying information presented to us, from the use of washable markers on willing participants at home so that we could identify origins and insertions of muscles, to actually pointing and identifying bones in ourselves. Stacks of flashcards, books constantly open, and the hours spent studying late into the night. Massage students converse in their own language and learn unique ways to relieve stress and tension, both in ourselves and for others. Now, we spent countless hours practicing our routine on classmates, friends, and family. We pushed and challenged ourselves and each other to the point past exhaustion, but the support we found from each other is second to nothing. We created an atmosphere so positive you couldn't help but feel good when we were together in class. We found inspiration and guidance from upperclassmen as we started out, and then we too became the ones sought after as upperclassmen for advice. The mental, physical, and emotional sacrifice we put ourselves and families through at times pushed us to new personal levels as we learned even more. More importantly, we formed bonds of friendship that will carry us well into our careers in massage therapy. We have truly learned how to fix problems our clients didn't know they had in ways they will never understand. And finally, P, plan. What are we going to tell our clients to do before we see them again? And for us, what are we going to do? First priority is to especially thank all of our family and friends that not only supported us, but also sacrificed just as much as we did, if not more. Think about the one or ones that encouraged you when we were down and wanted to give up. helped us on our way out any way they could with our studies, and even pushed us when we needed it the most. They, too, are a major part of our accomplishments for as far as we come, and we wouldn't be where we are today. Now is the time for us to take everything we have learned thus far and continue to be the best massage therapists we can be. You would think, with all the hours spent in clinic, I would have learned how to fold a fitted sheet. Not so much. I'm very thankful we were not graded on that, and that is something on my list to master. By no means is this an end. This is only the beginning. In a few minutes, we're going to walk across the stage and something else amazing is going to happen. We're going from classmates to colleagues. And this is the best bunch of colleagues I could ever want to be associated with. In the upcoming days, weeks, and months, we will begin our own journey into massage therapy, but we will always have that deep bond between each other. There is, however, one more challenge I'm going to issue to each and every one of you today. Continue your legacy. Don't ever let the passion for massage therapy that drives you to new heights ever end. We all made the decision to enroll and learn massage therapy for a special reason. Don't forget that reason. Now, to all the people that work the front desk, to the faculty that helped mold us into what we become today, we cannot thank you sincerely enough. Class, please join me in a round of applause for our faculty today. Day after day, night after night, Saturday after Saturday, and even some Sundays, you were there for us. Class, it's now the end of our term, and there's one last task for us to do. We need to sign out with the front desk staff. So today, as an active member of the Student Council, I speak on behalf of the Massage Therapy Fall Class of 2004 and the Spring Class of 2015. Laundry is done. Rooms are clean. Cupboards are clean. Fans are off. 1,000 hours on the clipboard. And this is our final soap note. Friends, family, faculty, and classmates, I leave you today with a quote from one of my favorite actresses, Betty White. Friendship is like wetting your pants. Everyone can see it, but only you can feel the warmth inside that it creates. Thank you, and God bless.